This is Errol Marks from the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We're here at Radio Row, Super Bowl 59, and it's a wonderful, wonderful day. It's the final day for us here at Radio Row, and we're here with the one, the only, Jeff Beecher.
What's
What's
up,
up, buddy?
Oh, it's so good to see you, bro.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We're in New Orleans.
New Orleans, and I know you're doing some big things. You have a bunch of opportunities here, and you're doing something in the very near future. Tomorrow, you're going to be doing an event with the governor. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, first tonight we got Jeff Ross.
That's right.
Roast Nola. We took over this venue called the Republic out here. It's pretty amazing venue, and it holds like 400 people. So it's like all just VIP. It's really cool. So we got Ross tonight. They made Ross. What is it? He branded it. He's literally the roast master.
Are you the roast master too, or because you're partners with him? So you're the backup guy.
No. I MC shows, and I produce these incredible theatrical experiences. That's my thing. I'm the best in the world at that. Jeff's the best in the world at roasting. He's hence the greatest roaster of all time, or the greatest showman of all time, which they call me in. I don't know. Every magazine and newspaper. He's
an interesting dude. I've met him years and years ago. He was at an event, but I didn't really get a chance to speak to him. I shook his hand, and he likes to, be a personality, and that's something that I love is people that are authentic. And Jeff is very authentic. It's who he is. Tell us a little bit about everything that you've been doing over the last couple of years and some of the stuff that you have really, done. Like you said, you're the best at what you do. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
Yeah, we took a break. Our last theater we owned was 7 years ago, and I took a break just to get healthy. I was like 400 pounds. I was going to die. It was either
400 pounds?
Yeah, it was either like die or continue beaches.
How much weight did you lose?
I'll show you a picture. It's intense. I lost like 250 pounds.
250 pounds?
Yeah, I always say.
How long did it take you to lose 250 pounds?
It took 2 years, but it took 10 years to figure it out.
Was it a shot? Did you take a shot or
no? So
that was you?
Yeah,
that can't be you.
It was me. So anyway, that's like a whole nother hour.
I think that's how I remember you.
Yeah, that's who it was for a long time. So last year, Netflix came to me and we did 3 shows, live shows with them during their festival.
Mm-hmm.
And then that just rebirthed Beechers, and now we're, doing pop-ups now. So we'll do pop-ups in the best cities around the world a couple times a year. We're opening new theaters, just incredible stuff coming, documentaries coming.
I've seen a lot of different things on Netflix. I'm a Netflix phenomenon. I like the documentaries. I'm really, really, into the documentaries and the comedy shows. They're fantastic. And one thing that I've learned about Netflix is whatever sells, they're going to put on their network. And obviously what you're doing as a product has been sensational.
Yeah. I've had a really blessed, charmed life. There's
is that blessed? Do you want to live in a hotel?
For 20 years I did. As a kid, it was really fun. Yeah.
I don't know if I would like to live in a hotel. Maybe one of those Airbnbs, I jump from one Airbnb to the other.
Yeah.
Just jump, like a hop, step and a jump.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. That's what I did when I went and got healthy. I was the entertainment relations consultant for Airbnb. So I did all the celebrity relations for them. Just, while I was getting healthy. So yeah, I went from one hotel to another. Airbnb is the largest hotel in the world, if you think of it like that.
Yes, it is.
Every night there's 4 million-ish people staying in an Airbnb. That's technically like a hotel room, if you call it a hotel room. It's the largest So Airbnb is larger than any hotel chain. I think if you combine them all.
That's what I think we're doing right now. I don't want to stay in a hotel. Hotels are too expensive. It's ridiculous.
I'm in Airbnb.
Yeah, so am I. And it's actually cheaper. If you get the right Airbnb, it's not. The hotels are like $1,000 a night. It doesn't matter where you go. The Hilton, the Marriott. It doesn't matter where you go. You can go a hole in the wall. It's going to be about $500-$600 over here.
Yeah, I have Jeff and some other big celebrities, friends of mine, that's staying with us. So I was like, we looked at the hotel rooms were like $3-4 grand, 10 grand each at the Windsor. Like it was crazy. So we just got an Airbnb. Get a nice little 7-bedroom for 50 grand. It was still cheaper by half. The hotel rooms would cost about 100,000. We got the Airbnb. I mean, you can get cheaper houses, obviously, but it was Airbnb is the best.
It is. And we're here with Jeff Beecher. We're here at Super Bowl 59, and it's beautiful. Radio Row. It's kind of the last day. I mean, everything else is just going to fall flat on its ass. But, getting back to what you've been doing and stuff like that, I have you been around? Have you been looking around New Orleans since you've come here?
Oh, 12 years ago. That's why, they made it Jeff Beecher and more. Like 12 years ago, the last time I did Super Bowl was here. Mm-hmm. When it was here, we did the Beechers here. So I stayed in touch with all my friends here, and I love New Orleans. And
I love it. Everybody overrates the foods. These guys love these hot things, the fish.
There's a long explanation.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Errol has a type of diet that is very New York, where there's not a lot of spice. All right, there's only spice here in New Orleans, and it's pure comedy watching him order food sometimes on this trip.
I'm the healthy guy now, so I gotta get.
So man, you would get along. I mean, if I'm going to a fish place, I'm eating chicken strips. Okay, that's healthy.
That's what happened yesterday. Me and Ross.
Yeah,
he's ordering all this French fries and cheese.
Yeah.
What's that soup called? The
kumbaya,
the jumbo.
Yeah. It is a kumbaya. Every time you look at it, the stench of it, fish. I don't like the smell of fish. I'm so with you,
bro. The whole thing.
Me and you, we got it. We got it.
Yeah.
The New Orleans thing. I'm here. I'm a New Yorker, so I'm a New Yorker. So when I go to New York, I like the Italian food. And people say I'm nuts because one of the time, I think it was Wednesday, I said, I want to go to an Italian place. And they were like, you're in New Orleans and you want to go get Italian food? What kind of person are you? What kind of traveler are you? And I said, I don't want to eat any of that fish because there's too much spicy stuff. And I'm in the bathroom. As a matter of fact, before you came on, I was sitting on the bowl. So,
that's a lot of information.
Yeah, I know. It's that stuff that sponges in that stomach, man. It doesn't really work well with my stomach. But hey, you know what? I'll tell you what does work good with my stomach. It's comedy. And comedy.
You guys coming to the shows?
Listen, if you invite us, we'll go.
100%, dude. I'll take my cell.
I will take your cell. I'll take your cell.
Yeah.
What's your number?
All
right, write it down. I don't want to tell anybody over here.
I'm actually a huge comedy fan. I've been going to clubs in the city, go to the Comedy Cellar since I was like 18, first time I could. But I got a couple of buddies there, stand-up comedians. I got to ask you, just don't be in the game so long, you go from having influences to influencing people.
Yeah.
First off, just comment a little bit about that trip of like that changeover from being that guy to now the guy that people are looking up to.
It was I don't know, when you caught in it, right? Like when I first started building Beechers, it was just like every day you're waking up, it's just full mayhem and craziness, hence the madhouse, right? And I did that for 17 years straight, and then it was like a hard stop to get healthy. And that also kind of just morphed into like, I'm getting healthy. Everyone's like, wow, you look amazing. You look so great. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm an inspiration for this. And then all my friends in Hollywood, everyone like respected it more. Then I just got connected with companies and I started connecting everyone together. And then, now I'm perfectly healthy. I got everything's cleaned up, straightened up. And, it's time to go back full force into the Beechers. I feel like I'm going to do it where I'm not going to go as wild as I used to get,
I'm not cleaned up. Okay. There's nothing cleaned up over here in my brain. My stomach, it might be cleaned up, especially when I just went to the bathroom. But as far as this brain of mine, it's never been cleaned up. And if you ever watch our show, and we are a little crazy, we're not like every normal show here. When we do an interview, it's kind of out there, and some you just mentioned jambalaya or whatever jumbo. My brain has a bunch of jumbo in it, so anytime it's mumbo jumbo when it comes out of my mouth. So the Super Bowl is right around the corner. We have a couple of days left. Are you a football fan?
No.
Oh, well, that's okay. I mean,
I know. You know what I love? I love events. Like I love going like sitting in the 50-yard line or in a 50-yard line box or like going to a basketball game sitting courtside. I just love like that.
you like to be in front of people. You like to show off that beautiful body you have right now, right?
Exactly.
You got to show it off. I mean, and if you need some help putting on some muscle, I can help you with that too.
Thanks,
okay,
buddy. No,
I can hook you up.
I'll tell you the reason why I don't follow sports. When I was 17 years old, I gambled with a bookie, right?
Oh, I got a good story.
In one weekend, I lost $37,000. So back then, that's like $1 million weekend, right? So I'm a kid, and I had to sell my bar mitzvah bonds to pay the bookie.
Look at that!
And I felt. So,
we're Jewish too.
Listen,
you see this?
I felt so guilty that I was like, I can't get into sports. I can't watch it. I don't want to know
your
about
mother
it.
probably want to choke you.
I'm a degenerate. They didn't know until years later.
But
But it was really.
you replaced it, didn't you?
Yeah,
I knew it. I knew it. I remember when I had my bar mitzvah, and I had like what was like a $16,000 bond, and when I turned 18, my father was like, "We're gonna give you the bond. What are you gonna do with it?" I want to buy a car. He's like, "You're not buying a car. You're either gonna put it towards school or something that can make you more money." And I said, "Well, what's wrong with a car? It don't make me money. If I travel and I go from point A to point B, it's gonna make me money." He's like, "Not that kind of money, boy." That's what he told me. Not that kind of money.
It's a good dad.
He was a good dad.
Advice.
He was. But you know what? Before we let you go, because I know you're a busy guy, all right? And my question to you, and this is a really good question. When you were 18 years old, okay, and you were trying to figure out what you wanted to do with your life, and obviously you were into comedy, you were into stuff like that. What did you want to be when you were in your teens?
Who I am today.
That's really what you wanted to be?
Everything, yeah.
Everything? You just went, I want to be a comedian. That's it.
I wanted to be a comedian, do stand-up. And I started doing stand-up, and then I started doing the show, and the show became so much grander, like just like putting all the pieces together, like having the cool celebrity audience, having, crazy wild acts, having comedy. And then I just started emceeing it. In comedy, people don't realize it's a full, when you start doing stand-up, you got to do 5-8 years before you're the best. I always got the best of the young comedians at that time, right?
Oh, there we go.
And,
there you go. What is that? Hold on, Run DMC.
Yeah,
I'm a DJ too.
Nice.
I know it.
Nice.
I know it.
Yeah. So so I started doing stand-up, then I just started emceeing, and then I really just doing actual stand-up. My friends were the comedians that like Jeff Ross that we made comedy shows, and then the room got so crazy because the performances got so crazy you couldn't do stand-up in it. Like Bill Burr, like all the greatest comedians in the world, like this room is crazy because like little people performances like Oompa Loompa dancing, and then you put a comedian on after.
I like Oompa Loompas.
It's hysterical, and the room got crazy, so we made a decision.
You ever go to midget fighting?
No, we don't like it. You gotta be. It's 2025. I can do it, right? But it's little people wrestling.
Little people. That's right. Little people. Yeah, that's the right way of saying it. If you're like Andrew Dice Clay and you call them midgets, they want to choke you.
When our shows were down, I was like, I remember like all the cancel culture started. So I called like Gary Howard Stern. Like, what do I do when I start doing shows again? They're like, we just changed the names. Your grandfather didn't. Like, don't worry about it. It was funny. Well, all right, guys.
Jeff, you're fantastic. We'll talk.
Thank you.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
you're
you got
awesome.
my number. You'll come
awesome
tonight and or tomorrow.
Well, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I'd love to have you guys.
Jeff Beecher, ladies and gentlemen.